G'day and good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's official coverage of Asrnz's 2022 GT3 series. It's season one. This is round one, as always, brought to you by Superior Joint Sealing SJS, and of course, I'm joined again by multi-time GT3 Championship JB. G'day, mate. How are you?
Hey, good, Davo. Thanks for having me. I'm well. And how's yourself?
Mate, all G'd up for round one. Can't wait. We've been watching a little bit of practice throughout the week, and it's all shaping up pretty nice. The shakedown was awesome last week. So
Wasn't it? It was awesome.
if what we've been watching over the past 7 days is anything to go by, this is going to look good. We've had some really good solid sign-up. We've got 28, I think, in the door at the moment, and we're still in driver brief. Anything could happen. But yeah, pretty good turnout for the first night. JB, where are
That's
we?
a fantastic turnout. Yeah.
It is. Where are we tonight?
We are at the Hungaroring round one. It's a great track, one of my favourites here. Very similar lap time to what they did in the shakedowns, actually. They'll be looking around the 145s. Maybe they might dip into the 144s.
Yeah.
4.3 kilometre track, 16 turns, 8 to the left, 8 to the right.
Yeah.
Fantastic track to shake, to follow on from that shakedown.
For sure.
And, again, 28 guys around here. This is going to be
so
good.
So good. And it's got a strangely similar dynamic to the shakedown track too. Just that the way it flows. So it should be good. Obviously, they're in driver brief at the moment, so we'll quickly talk about, what do you think they're going to take from that shakedown? There was a few boys in there the other night. Do you think those guys will have a bit of a head start, you would think, tonight?
Well, that's right.
One?
That's right, Dave. Any of those boys that turned up and did that shakedown round, they're bank grateful. Great information. They won't really look at their results so much because there are a lot of errors made in pit lane there, which we knew was going to be a tripping point, and it certainly was.
We knew that.
And we love that because that's going to spice these races up as they do that CPS in the race. But, after that, there will be 4 guys that come to mind that really did stand out and dominate at that shakedown round, and I think certainly they will have a few targets around them, that being Aztec with the first and the second.
Oh yeah,
Jake
done in a Porsche.
Yes, in a Porsche. That was quite interesting to see that car perform that well there. Jake got a first, Jarks 2 solid thirds.
Yes.
And Nick with a second. So consistently, Jarks and Aztec, I think, you got to have some money on them if I was a betting man.
For sure. And even the guys that didn't make the podiums, all the other names that were there on the night, did a whole bunch of testing. Some of those guys even changed cars, and might have opted for a different mark on the night, and even going into round one here in Hungary. So.
And already we've seen some late changes in cars.
Yes, that was even up to just this afternoon, wasn't it? In early practice. So
that's right. Obviously, some teams with bigger budgets than others, but hey, that's motorsport, isn't it?
Of course it is. Yeah. So nice stuff. So look, and all that said, I mean, it just, like I was saying just a little bit earlier, the last 7 days has been great watching these guys practice and leading up to this, and all these little intricacies that we just outlined there, guys changing cars, who turned up at the shakedown, all of this stuff, and the CPS with the manual brake limiter, the pit limiter, all of this stuff is going to make tonight really good to watch, I think, for everyone. Welcome to anybody watching on us, obviously watching us on Twitch live tonight. Everything gets uploaded to YouTube later the next day, so we can watch it in the future. We've got to thank a few sponsors as well. ABC Tech, of course, for all of our servers and what really basically puts ASRNZ online and on the map. ABC Tech for all that Malarkey and Zero Vision Motorsport for obviously all of our tech support, or as much as we need. And yeah, thanks very much, Zero Vision, and obviously SJS, the major sponsor again for this series for a little bit the last couple of years. So good on them. So JB, the time is ticking down. We're going to go to qualifying soon. Are you
3 minutes?
Yeah,
the nerves. Some of these guys will be triple checking their stuff and probably taking a quick pee, a nervous wee, or whatever. Checking all sorts of things that have might have rattled loose on their stomach. Who knows? But these guys will be. They will be nervous, especially some of these new guys here too that have made a showing. So it's great to see.
We could mention probably a couple of names.
Vaughan Martin, see he's rolled up in the Porsche. So
number 76.
Welcome Vaughan, and wishing you the best of luck for your night.
Absolutely.
Warren Powell again here.
107.
We see, yes, Bobby Laycock. You know. The famous Bobby Laycock, he's back.
Yes, we've labelled you, Bob. So it probably won't go away. So yeah, and obviously Brad Robinson again. So yeah, welcome to the new guys, and we will be trying to keep an eye on everybody again tonight. It gets a bit hectic sometimes, but we'll do our best. Like you were just saying, JB, these guys will be nervous. They'll be double checking their sets. They'll be having a nervous wee. They'll be grabbing another beer or whatever they need, or something. Right, but even in driver brief, these guys will be mucking around with their stuff, won't they? They'll be sitting there listening in the background, but tinkering away, won't they?
They'll be clicking all sorts of things.
Yep.
So just to remind our viewers that are just tuned in, it is 2 sprint races, 30 minutes tonight, with a hot lap qualifying, 1 lap, a lap time that they must have to set. That's all they get to start that race. But look, they've only got 10 sets of tyres too, so they've had just come out of an hour-long practice session here, and they'll be monitoring tyres. If you think, they've got one set for race 1, 1 set for race 2, a qualifying set, another qualifying set. They would have done some quali simulations. They've already, allocated really 6 sets of these tyres. So
they'd be halfway through them, wouldn't they?
Yeah, so it's pretty easy to get yourself muddled up there, and you don't want to start on a used set of tyres, is what I'm trying to say. And that mistake can easily be made. But look, lots to think about.
Lots to decipher. Look, not only for them, but for us back here in the Commonwealth, because we love all this stuff. But we will be analysing it, over-analysing it, micro-managing everything. Within an inch of its life, JB. We've got about 20 seconds to go by the looks of it before the end of free practice.
I'm just looking at their practice session there. If your top 10, Luke Crompton there on a 1:44.9, followed quickly by Glynn on a 1.1 of a second behind.
Both
then Crosby, Jake, Mckellar, Wilton in the BMW, Aztec in a Porsche, Stoneley in a Mercedes, Ashley in a Porsche. So, they're all separated by 1 second, that top 10, after that first practice session there. So, quali. This is it. This is the first quali session. We've gone live, Davo.
It is. We are live. We are going to pick up on who has just rolled out of the pits just there quickly. I think that is Aztec. So we're going to pick up on Aztec's Porsche just quickly. Let me get things sorted. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, round 1, Hungaroring. We've got race 1 qualifying. Aztec first car out on the track, and in the Porsche.
This is going to be an interesting session because straight away I noticed the track has evolved from a green track to a fast track, and we've got good sunshine. So any nerves or threatening rain clouds that might have been on the horizon there look like they've got a clean track for their qualifying session.
Yeah. If nothing else, it's a good start, isn't it, for the weekend?
It is. With 20, what we say, 28 cars here, 26 cars.
Yeah.
Like this, and when at 45, one lap. You know, it's going to be hard to find some track space here, but the veterans and the good guys, what they'll do is you'll see them. They'll just stay in the pits, or and let the whole field basically get through this out lap and start their hot lap, because there's no need to rush out really straight away, as long as you start that first flying lap with still some time on the clock.
For sure. Okay, I just quickly noticed Aztec isn't the first car out on track, and I can't. It's the white. Actually, that is
the Mudgeway.
I know that's Mudgie's car. So we've got a couple of Porsches out at first, and then there is literally a gaggle of Bentleys behind that couple of Porsches there for qualifying. Anyway, the first two Porsches run over the line for their flying lap.
And look at that. I've just noticed there's Mudgie's come around that first flying lap. There is a car exiting the pits there, and obviously a lot of these guys just starting their first flying lap, and there's been a bit of a tangle up there, but
these are the things. This is
creeping.
Particularly with the more cars on track, and you mentioned it straight away.
I don't know who that was. It might have been Aztec that actually got caught up in that car exiting the pits.
It was Aztec. I'm not sure which car, but it was one of the Lexus anyway. So
that's a real shame.
That is a real shame, actually, because Aztec very strong in shakedown. Haven't really seen him shine, but might not have been showing his cards earlier in practice. But shame for Aztec. Just looking at Nick McIndoe, hard to know where to watch here. You see Luke Crompton up by 7/10 on his flyer. We might just watch that Bentley there just for a moment. I think he's actually in behind that Aztec Porsche. Just quietly.
He is up on the back of that.
Another that's also 7 up is Glenn Dewar. So
that's right. Crosby showing
as
some
well.
Good delta too. So these guys that have rolled out of that first practice session looking strong straight away on their first lap, their first flying lap, from what the delta's saying here.
Yeah, so
unfortunately, you viewers can't see that telemetry just yet, but as they're going to cross the line soon, we'll see.
We'll start to see it roll through now.
Time.
Mudgee, Aztec. Next will be
great time from Luke Crompton, a 1:45.4.
Ah.
Aztec really suffering 2 seconds down from that tangle with
Gleno across next. Gleno to the top of the list.
Ashley Vidica, great time there.
Awesome work
from Ash.
Yeah, lovely, nice looking car tonight too, Ash, in the golf-inspired Porsche.
Mudgeway with the 1:46.3 in fourth. Milling inside the top 5. That's a good showing for Steve-O.
Awesome stuff. Just gonna quickly keep an eye on the last few corners of Steve Croston's lap, actually, which is a second up at present and climbing.
Yes,
final
just,
corner.
Coming into that final corner. Beautifully.
Yeah,
turned in there, no wheel spin there. The car didn't lose its rear end, so he's got a good drive out of that final corner, and give him a good time.
Nice work.
Where's he got to the top there? Great time, 1:45.0.
So Mckellar is probably the next one to watch. 1.3 up on his time at the moment. Here he comes across the line.
P1.
He goes to the top.
1:44.9.
Oh,
straight into
wow.
The 1:44.9s.
Wow.
.13. That's a good one. And look, these flying laps are super hard to do. McIndoe, wow, good time from McIndoe.
Nice
1:45.4 into P4.
Gunther Road coming around the final corner in the Lexi.
Going good delta.
Gunther Road 6. Nice work from Gunther.
1:45.7.
Okay, I'm just going to focus. We got a couple of these McLarens still out One of Tom Satherley, one of Jackson went, and we've got the Wilt car still out on track. He's actually just coming around for his flying lap now. He's left it late. Satherley's out. Where is he on track?
The Satherley
yep.
is around the back there.
Wilton's behind him. Went. It's not started his lap yet, I suspect.
So,
is he too late? I just
no,
have no timing for Jackson.
No,
so.
he'll be out there. Farmer's actually finished his lap. He's given it away, unfortunately. I don't know if he's got a cut there, but he's showing he's in the pits.
Okay, so the one to watch now is Satherley coming through the final complex of corners. He's 1.1 up on his time. It might not be enough. These guys have really stepped up to the plate, JB. My God.
That's
Here
right.
we go. Satherley in the second.
That's
I wondered whether he'd get into first with his split at the time. There, well done. Straight
left
up.
for the last minute and put himself up on the front row next to Jake Mckellar.
But Jake Mckellar, mate, JB, awesome work from Jake. Tom Satherley in second, Steve Crossley in third, and mate, look at the rest of that list.
Wow, look at that. The top 10, separated by 1.3 seconds. But you're right, Glenn Jandelman, the ex-comms guy, he's put himself up on the second row there. Great showing from him. Yes, there we go. Nick Mckellar, P5, Luke Crompton, P6, Gunter Rowe, P7, Ashley Vertiger, and 8th, Kenny Simpson 9th. That's a good result for Kenny there.
It is.
Putting himself in.
In the top 10.
Mudgee and rounding out the top 10 there in the Porsche. Wow, Steve-O not far behind either. Damien Jones 12th, Nick Davidson 13th, Aaron Enright 14th, Craig Stoneley 15th, Brad Robinson, go Brad, 16th.
And Aztec.
Aztec unfortunately caught up with that
one of the
exiting. One of the Lexuses, we missed that. Mule 18th, Mike King 19th, Troy Wilson in the Lamborghini in 20th place. What have we got? The list just keeps going. It just keeps going.
It's Maxwell Hawkins, it's Bobby Lakehead, Warren Powell, a couple of new guys, Bobby, Warren and Vaughan, Brennan Rolfe, and Steve Wilton, who you did mention, sort of gave it away, might have had a bit of a corner cut or something, and Jackson, I think, left his run too late, and he's in 27. Looks like Mr. Pete Apsey has popped in as well. Might have jumped in after quali. I didn't see him come on a board there earlier.
No,
JB.
But he has made it.
So he has made it, yes, definitely, congratulations. And that is rounding out 28 by the looks of it for race 1, as we just wait for the session start timer to wind down.
Yes, and so these guys, they have to do a formation lap, which is a full formation lap, where they get a chance to just make sure they get into a rolling start as they come around to start the race. But a great time for them to actually check their setup, load their race setup, start warming these tyres once they roll out. And it's a different cycling that some of these guys will do. Some will weave side to side. Some will carry the brake. Some won't even do that. We might even see someone spin out, which isn't the first. But look, the nerves, I'm telling you, will be super high. But Jake with an excellent pole position there, over Tom. Well, look, Tom's defending GT3 champion here. He is. Won this championship last year, 2021. He's brought, it looks like, the same car back to the track, so clearly a McLaren specialist here. If we follow back, that's an
interesting point, actually, JB. It's not common for the boys to rerun the same mark, but there you go, the McLaren master, Tom Satherley.
Yep, and a lot of these boys back in the field really challenging themselves with some different cars. Crosby in the Lexus, Glyn Dewar, looks like they've given away the Nissan as a late change, maybe no good from that shakedown.
Yes, probably
that Bentley.
Probably well worth it.
Mckellar, he's
I don't want to say anymore. I don't want to say anymore.
But hey, look, what we're seeing is a range of different marks here again, coming to the table. So really interesting to see how this whole season will play out, and also what comes from the skies, and how these guys deal with their pit stops. Davo, I'm excited.
Mate, I can't wait. This is so, like, the game doesn't seem like it, from my end, doesn't seem like it's changed a lot, but you talk to the boys, there's a lot that has changed. This will be the telling factor. You know, get this whole, you know, all the new manual pit limiter stuff, the current updates, get it all into play, get it on the track, get it in a race. Watch this space, people. This is going to be awesome. Okay, they're just getting down to the back section of the track, just getting into formation a little bit, still a little bit of tyre cycling.
Oh look, we're really hoping for a good clean start. All these guys will be nervous. Look, some of these guys will be struggling with a few issues with their PC specs as well, where you get a lot of cars on, and it really asks a lot of your computer. So
can get a little chunky.
It can get a little chunky. So, and you never know what can happen. Sometimes accidents you see might be no fault of their own. But look, hey, we're going to look for a clean start here.
We are going to look for a clean start as the boys just make their way around the final complex of corners. They're coming into the finals corner now. All looking fairly nicely formed. We're going to watch.
Hopefully there's no overlapping at the start. That's also a big rule here. You want to make sure you're right behind the car that you've qualified behind. That's Davo, this is
nice start.
Race one.
We're going to watch Glyn Dewar from the second row, 4th position. Nice start, very good clean stuff at the back a little bit.
Take off to a great start, and a huge
massive
lock up there
dip.
from, who was that from? Steve Crosland.
Really? Well wide, as the boys bunch badly in that 8th to about 14th position. Again, 2 and 3 wide, down into turn 2. Very tight stuff, very tidy. Aztec caught back there a little bit in the Porsche, again 2 wide. The data just goes crazy on us here. It's a little bit hard to keep up with what's going on. Lots of stuff going on track. Sally holding down second.
Jake Mckellar getting away to a great start there. He's just eyes forward now.
Yep. Sutherland, things are equal. Got Steve Crosland. This is lap 1. Season 1, race 1. 2022 GT3s at Asrnz.
I did catch a little bit of a spin back at the start around turn 3. I don't know who it was. It looks like they were maybe up and going again, but looks like someone did get caught up in something at the back there. It looked like a McLaren, but they're getting through this first lap.
Still very tight. Jake Mckellar, 1st position. Nice work. Holding Satherley out for the first lap. Steve Crosland, 3rd position. He might have gone deep in turn 1, not sure what was going on. Glenn, McIndoe, Luke Compton. We got Gunther Groh, Kenny Simpson, Ashley Vediger, and Mark Mudgeway in one of the Porsches. Very plain white Porsche here. 2nd lap. These guys are nice and everyone
Yes,
nose to tail.
Nose to tail, look at that. The Porsche's looking fantastic on track. Interesting to see some of the guys a little bit back, like Damien Jones. You know, we saw a great result from him in the shakedown round. Now he's in the thick of it in this mid-pack battle. And,
absolutely, and tied up behind Mudgee with Craig Stoneley of all people. Stoneley, no slouch, right behind him.
And look, this is when I think strategy comes in straight away, to be honest. If you know you've got a quick car under you, and when you see this train of cars, Hungaroring typically isn't going to be the best passing track, apart from turn 1. You know, is now the time to really take that opportunity, if you're in traffic, to just dive in, serve your compulsory pit stop, and just come out in a bit of fresh air.
Yeah. Clear head would say that. I totally agree, JB. Not always the clearest heads on track in the second lap of the race.
However, after saying that, I just realised that the pit window actually hasn't opened, so it's probably not an option.
So we'll just quickly slip through this top 3 or 10, should I say. Jake Mckellar still actually pulling a little bit of a lead, Satherley behind. Steve Crossnell actually just pulling up in behind Satherley a little in the left side. Gleno, McIntyre, Luke Crompton in the sister car to Gleno's Bentley. Gunther Rowe in one of the left side, doing really well in 7th position. Kenny Simpson 8th. Ashley Vediger, golf-inspired Porsche livery there. And then Mudgee, what is going on behind here?
We've got Damien Jark really racing up on the back of him, also with Craig Stone as well.
Yes.
These guys are really bunched up.
Damien is a meter sandwich here, isn't he? Because he's got because Stoneley's in the bloody Merc too, mind you, so he's getting plenty of heat.
That's right, and I'm seeing Steve Milling in the back there. He's got no pressure from any cars behind him, yet he's just towing along nicely with this bunch of cars. So when it all goes pear-shaped in front of him, who's going to be there to pick up the pieces? Steve will be.
Steve Milling will be. Pit, as we just see the pit lane now is open as we see Melling goes for an attempt down the outside of the Mercedes. Very tight stuff. We need to get actually back there and just look out of the back of Stoney's car as well too.
Yeah, Steve-O showing some really good pace there.
Very good pace.
And we see the first car going in there with Damien Jarks there, so he's taken full advantage actually of that pit window opening.
Straight away.
He's decided. We saw him on the back of Mark Mudgway, didn't we, for those first 2 laps?
We did. And do you think it was holding him up?
Well, yeah, definitely. Like they're in the big gaggle of cars. If he can get out of any of that and get up to some into some clear air, he's going to make some good grounds. Okay, now look, we've obviously missed something here because we've got Thomas Satherley back in 7th positions with Steve Crossland now in 2nd, Glenn Dewar in 3rd, 4th is Nick Backen, 5th is Luke Comp, Gunther Rowe and Satherley back in 7th, so we missed something there. Well, he's actually come through the pit lane. Sorry, people, I'm not watching my data. There you go. So come out in. So there's a couple of early entries there, isn't there, JB? Yes, that's right. I couldn't really see there if. I did see Tom come through the pits. Didn't see him stop. Okay, we've got Aztec coming out. We've also got Brendan Rolfe as well, one of the Aston. Yeah, good point. Brad Robinson also in the... Been Steve Wilton actually making a pit stop too, but actually as the data corrects itself, Davo, yes. Tom Satherley has completed his first compulsory pit stop with a green tick next to his name. Damien Jones, Steve Wilton, Pete Aspie and Brendan Rolfe, the first 5 pit stops there completed. There you go. Early stops there. How they rejoin into the train of cars. Ooh, that's the exciting part. Well, we've got to try and keep up with that. That's the hard bit for us. That's our administration. There's lots of number crunching and bead flicking on the abacus. So we'll work that one out. Mudgee coming in his port
also got Maxwell Hawkins in, I think, as well. Crossy in, Gleno in, Mike King's in, Mules in. So this is the next wave of cars rolling into the pit lane. They're all getting it done very early, JB, I feel. Is this early? This is very early, isn't it?
Yes, this is early, but this is also smart. The train of cars is, you're actually going a lot slower than your optimum lap time, being caught up in that traffic. And it's also quite risky too, because if a car does get it wrong in front of you, you can get yourself caught up in someone else's mistake. So it is smart to get yourself out and kind of have a bit of a breather and just get on with it. But what we're seeing is Mckellar actually, taking, with Tom pitting, keeping all that pressure off him now. There's no reason why he shouldn't just stay out there until the end, because he's just going to be out there forever. And look, Davo, I've just seen a couple of things flash up on the time screen. It's not what you want to see as a driver. A stop-go for Glyn Dewar and also Steve Crosland. So, for whatever reason, I think they have missed their
marks.
I would say it's through speeding into pit entry
or exit. Yes,
or exit.
I would. I wouldn't even hesitate to agree. I would agree, because that is going to be the common denominator, I think, within the first few rounds, even maybe the first half of the season here with this new rule in place. So awesome work. But always fought with danger. That pit lane entry for the CPS, Snake Mckellar still first position. Nick McIndoe second with Luke Compton, Gunther Rowe, Kenny Simpson, Ashley Redigan, Steve Melling, Nick Davison, Jackson went in the pit, Craig Stonley in the pit in the Mercedes. That front pack is actually quite close, surprisingly, even after a few laps. So nice work from the boys up the front as we see Stonley come out.
Yep, and he's come out completing his pit stop into nice clear air, and also really respecting that white line which leads down to turn one. So something these drivers also have to take into consideration when they come out. There is a fast line on the racetrack out there as it leads to turn one. That line that leads out of the pits, you must not cross that. That leads you all the way down to one. That's just to stop any crazy moves as cars exit the pits. But look, really respectful driving there from Craig to stay inside that line.
Absolutely, as we just see the two boys, Crossy and Gleno, serving.
Oh, that's going to hurt.
That's brutal.
Brutal, stopping twice. Oh.
Yeah.
They're going to really pay the price for that, unfortunately.
Yeah, it puts a few guys that have really just paced themselves nicely, and we're just looking at Ashley Redigan. I think one of them still has, he's pitted, hasn't he? Oh no, he hasn't pitted.
No.
So in a fifth position, he could obviously take advantage of the Crossy Glen Dewar incident. Obviously, that will get him up a few positions.
That's a stunning livery of that on that Porsche.
The Golf livery looks fantastic, yes. Always. And
actually a real Porsche fan
wheels.
Too.
Yeah. Ash, big Porsche fan. And pedals them well, to be honest. Hard man to beat when he's in the car he likes. Kenny Simpson into the pits. Damien Jones back in 11th, so we're obviously waiting for a little bit of equalising this. Like the top 7 drivers have not pitted yet. So that's Nick Davison upwards. So we've got Nick Davison, Steve Melling, Ashley Redigan, Gunther Rowe, Luke Compton, Nick McIndoe and Mr. Mckellar all yet to pit. Actually, Aaron Enright we can throw in that mix as well in 8th position. This is where it shakes it up, isn't it, mate?
It is, Dave, and look, I'm really pleased to see that the majority of that field got through that first lap there, you know, unscathed without taking out, you know, having a huge accident, and that's all testament to, you know, these pro sim drivers here at Asrnz, that there is a lot of cool heads here and a lot of respect for each other, and that yeah, you know, again, gives you a lot of trust as a driver, being next to some of these other guys, and it's a really important part of motorsport here.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely agree there, mate.
So I've just noticed, looking at the times, actually, I see Jake Mckellar's last lap, best lap, fastest lap of the race at 1:44.5. Versus if I look at Tom Satherley, who was the first of the pit stoppers who started side next to him, on a 1:44.9. So Jake Mckellar showing definitely better pace there than Tom. So
yeah, it doesn't look like there's any threat, does there?
No. So really strong showing there from Jake over someone who's clearly a specialist in his McLaren. So it's really, really interesting to see actually how Damien Jones pops out in this battle with some of these other cars like Luke and Mckellar, who haven't yet completed their stops, because they were in a bit of a battle there.
Yes, definitely. So obviously a few of the boys have stopped, so we've got a little... have they? No, they haven't. Still hasn't equalised yet. We've still got Enright in 8th. Not pitted. So Nick McIndoe, fastest lap of the race.
Wow,
Look at that.
1:44.1. This track, I'm looking at it, and it's gone optimum. So this is the fastest times I've actually seen throughout the whole week.
For sure.
So the track is really gripped up with these 28 cars here.
And I, out of all the cars, just quickly, Toby, that you would have expected to see that number come out of it, was the BMW one of them?
Look, I think so. I think the BMW has always been reasonably quick, and since it was released as a new car. The Lexus is as good. So probably no surprises to see the BMW, the Lexus, and even the likes of that McLaren and Bentley there. So look, I don't think there's any real advantage between the cars just yet from what I'm seeing. So, but you know, that's outstanding pace now that track's gripped up.
Absolutely, absolutely. As he actually gains up onto the back of a bit of traffic here, which will clearly slow his lap times and his average speed around the track, but really set the standard there, hasn't he, tonight? Jeez, wow, 44.1. There you go, people. That's great.
And look, this is going to be a real initiation. I'm just having my eyes on Vaughan Martin, our new guy in the Porsche. He's had his first trip to pit lane here, and look, that's another stunning looking Porsche, and sporting some blue wheels. So like this has all been nervous times for Vaughan as he's completing this first stop and trying to get that out of the way. And
for sure.
Look, there'll be lessons learnt here of what to do right, what to do wrong, and look, I hope he got that right. So
we will soon find out, as we also see Luke Compton follow him into the pits. He's in and out very quickly.
Actually,
nice,
where is Luke going to join?
Okay, so easily clean air. He has no stop go, so he's cleared it nicely.
He's nice and clear, yeah, that's right.
Nice work. Aaron Enright into the pits. One of the BMWs. Oh, looks like he's looking for his pit lane, or has he just taken off? That just looked a bit awkward. We only caught the end of that. The camera guys. Got another guy just coming out as well. Like one of the Lexus.
That's right, David. These are really quick stops for these guys. Hopefully they're not taking tyres, which take about an extra 30 seconds to put those on.
Yeah.
However, really the stop is just basically getting it down to that 50k speed limit on the limiter.
Yes.
Getting yourself a stop go like some of the other boys, stopping right on those marks. If you miss them, it can take up to about another second to 2 seconds to pull the car back onto the jacks, and that's crucial time on track that you would lose. So, and you're spewing when it happens, but if you can get picked up straight away, take that 1 litre of fuel and drop back down and off on your merry way. That's a good stop if you can get that right.
For sure. As we see Ashley Rediger, Steve Belling and Nick Davison all in the pits. A little bit of a
pit stop race, is it?
Here we go. It's all coming around. These are pretty well the last of the pit stops at the top end of the field. Ashley out already. Very, very tidy stop. Hope he's got his marks right on the entry and exit. Very tidy from AV. He's out, no penalty. Awesome work.
Yeah, rejoins into clear air turn. That's always what you want to see going down to turn 1.
Absolutely. Melling as well. Out.
Yeah.
And Davison is just pick up on Mellon quickly.
Look, he's made a gainer. He's jumped Craig Stoneley there. Yeah. Before we saw Craig Stoneley on the back. What's happening?
Oh, Stoneley's going. Stoney's going for it.
Oh no!
Oh, and it's big.
Oh no! We saw the car of Steve Milling blowing there temporarily, and
okay, we're just going to get a bit of a replay on that. Just let's see if we can pick what happened with that. Milling comes out of the pit lane.
Everything's looking good here,
it looks
isn't it?
Good, yes.
And then all of a sudden his car looks like it just goes into like a limp mode or something, because Craig just really ranges up on him and
goes to the inside.
Just kind of, yeah, they make a bit of contact there with the left front of Steve-O's car and the right rear of Stoner's.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
And even after that, it doesn't look like it's right on the pace, and even now we see him as we come out of the replay. Stoner back behind him after recovering from the spin. Be interested to see whether Stephen redresses. I don't think Stephen, like in the rule book, probably needs to redress, but again,
and look,
very close.
And so I'm not sure if Steve-O's fighting his own gremlins here in the car, but it looks unusual.
Yeah, it does look a bit unusual.
But he is soldiering on at the same time.
Absolutely, as we do.
Now,
Melling's car, and just see what he's doing with the wheel.
What I'm also picking up on here, Davo, is I'm looking at the leaderboard correctly. I'm seeing Nick Mckellar as the first of the stoppers in P2, with Jake Mckellar, the only car out there who hasn't stopped. So
and Bob Laycock, yeah, there you go. So
20 minutes gone with 9 to go in this first race here of 2022. Where did that time go?
Mate, the action aplenty on track. Always.
And we do know Tom Satherley was on the front row there with Jake, but yet he's popped back in 4th place at the moment currently.
Yep.
So
yep.
We see Jake's just gone into the pits.
Okay, so this is wonderful. We really probably need to have a good close look at this, JB. And we're going to look out for Nick's BMW.
Yeah, so we see Nick's actually just
coming around the
final corner. Yep, entering the straight
here. Here we go.
Have car.
It's going to be close. This is going to be close.
This is going to be very close. Here comes Mckellar at full speed down into 1. We've got Jake exiting the line, and Nick Mckellar making great ground there. And this is on for P1. This is P1 and P2 what we're looking at here, viewers.
Absolutely. And then we just saw a little bit of an interesting instant with Steve Melling and Craig Stoneley here with this very similar situation. So look at this now. These guys have got it covered, JB.
Wow, so what do we have? Luke Crompton in third, Tom Satherley in fourth, Gunter Rowe making good speed there actually from Gunter and putting himself into fifth. So that's a good drive from him in the Lexus. Ashley Vettiger, solid performance on that Porsche. Casting my eye back a little further past Damien and Mudgee, I'm saying Steve Wilton. Now, he didn't get a lap in quali, did he? And he's inside the 10.
Oh, mate, exceptional work, and really applying the pressure to Mudgee. Looks like he might even sneak up. Oh, that was close. Picked up on that in a perfect time as these guys go at it.
That's right, and Farmer showing, looking like he's really racy here, actually.
You did mention that he did actually find a little bit of pace in that car late in practice early today, so nice work from Steve. A couple of really close gaps behind is Craig Stoneley and Nick Davison.
Yes, look at that battle. Nick really keeping that pressure on the back of Craig too.
Yes, so. Yeah, that's a bit of to and fro battle, but also Pete Apsey and Aztec back in 13th and 14th. Now Apsey done an awesome job here. Oh, as we just see Aztec trying to slide the B-dub up the inside there. Done an awesome job.
And that's a good recovery also for Aztec. I know he got caught up in some qualifying troubles there, but he's made his way also from the back into the mid pack, and that's this is going to hurt, but he's recovered well from that.
He has, and so from there, I suppose there's a couple of close battles back through the field that have been toing and froing a little, but not too much to talk about battle-wise, but the action in mid-pack, Craig Stoneley, Nick Day, Pete Apsey, Aztec. We've got 5.5 minutes to go, viewers. Hope you're enjoying the stream tonight. Live on Twitch. 2022 GT3 series. It's season 1, round 1.
Dave-o, I've got to make mention of the battle for the lead. It is heating up. Mckellar is
Let's get up there.
The blowtorch to the back of Jake Mckellar, and with 5 minutes to go, that pressure is going to be really closing in.
Now Mckellar has really done a really stellar job on the race. Textbook stuff. Led out, pushed a little bit at the beginning, drove his own race. Here he is, he's still in first, he deserves to be there. But Nick McIndoe, hasn't he pushed? And he's got the pace. That BMW, he's got the fastest lap of the race at the moment. Look at him there now.
He's by miles.
Look at him here. Look at him here. Trying to get that BMW up beside him, forcing an error, or at least forcing a slow apex, or just get him offline. Look at this stuff. This is great, right. JB.
Right, and as they come up here, they're going to approach this very technical section here through turn 6. It's a fast left-hander and into a sweeping right-hand open hairpin here, which probably flows through into the most technical part of the track, turns 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep. It's a right, left, and the way you've got to manage your car through this change of direction is really tricky stuff. And the cars, they're going to have different characteristics between these marks too, which will give them different strengths and weaknesses. So great to see them running close together, but that Beamer of Nick's just running a bit wide there.
Yeah, just picked that up on the camera there. But, nice and tidy. Look, we just got to duck down the back, getting the battle go, just ensuing here. Look at this group of cars here. Nick Davison, Pete Apsey, Aztec.
Look at the bunch of them.
Brad Robinson is the green McLaren on the back there, a bit of a back marker, but still in that mix. Look at that bunch of cars. Craig Stoneley, Nick Davison, Pete Apsey, and Aztec. It's on. There is 3 minutes to go, everyone. And this is for, what are they racing for? 11th.
I'm just seeing the Aztec's car having a big squirm.
It's all happening.
But this is a great battle here, Davo. I think Brad, for whatever reason, has had a little bit of Brad luck, actually. Although he's on the back of this pack, he's just not showing in position there.
No, definitely a back marker, and it's pretty well run at the back the whole race, and continues to. But look, something must have happened, because his pace doesn't look too bad. He's mixing it with these boys at the moment, JB.
He is, and
have we got to change position up the front here? Just quickly, Stoneley. Davison down the outside, no.
Aztec's really ranging up.
Aztec down the outside. Oh, forcing that tight line.
It is.
Minimalising the exit speed, isn't it, JB? He probably suffered from him himself.
But you compromise the run up the hill now, as you see that gap just open up and the gap behind close. So
flick through that kink is so sketchy.
It is so sketchy, and it's easy to catch a little bit of curb there and throw the car bang straight left into the wall. So you really want to keep off some of these curbs, and yeah, especially through the section here, through that 8-9 chicane. It's just really hard on the cars there. So
absolutely. Less than a minute and a half to go. We've got Aztec literally breathing down the back of Nick Davison's car here. Davison in the Lexus, Aztec in the Porsche.
We're on the final lap, is what I can tell you.
Yeah, I know you can tell me that, because we've got Jake Mckellar as well with Nick McIndoe right up his clacker. It's all going. Where do we watch? What do we look at here, mate? You know, so Jake, we're on the last lap.
Yeah, 45 seconds.
Oh,
I think it's winding down.
What's your money on? I think Mckellar will hold it together. He's been just silky smooth all race. I can't see him making a mistake now. Nick will continue to put the pressure on. Just dip back a little bit. We've got Gunther Rowe and Ashley Pettit actually just starting to ramp up a little bit towards the end of the race as well. We'll nick back also and have Stoneley. Oh, look, that Stoneley Aztec Absy battle has spread apart. We're going to go back to Snake and Mckellar.
Nick was very close then to Jake, almost bumper to bumper.
Too close,
there,
maybe.
They are racing so hard.
They are.
Jake wants to win, but they'll also be very mindful that, look,
very respectful drivers these guys.
A second place is still nothing to cough about here.
And round one.
Round one, just to get home and bank a podium is just
absolutely
a great result. So.
As they run through the final series of corners here, JB, awesome.
Yeah, true pro races here. Jake Mckellar crossing the line for P1 to win the race. First race winner here at Asrnz at 2022. Well done, Jake. Second place, Nick McIndoe, and third place, Luke Crompton. Davo.
Oh, man. I'm speechless, nearly speechless. Tom Satherley in fourth. Good recovery from Tom after some issues in early in the race. Gunther Rowe with Ashley Vettiger, Damien Jones, all very close. Also got Mark Mudgeway, Steve Wilton super close.
Inside the top 10. That's a great
Inside the top 10 for both of them, actually, because Mudgy with the late car change, Steve with not finding Mumbo till really late in the day. Maxwell Hawkins in 10th, Craig Stoneley in 11th, Aztec in 12th. This group, JB, crazy stuff.
Bang. Look at them as they all fire across the line.
Aztec, I think, just let bloody Robinson pass to unlap himself, but nice work. Pete Apps, Jackson went in 4th, Nick Davison in 15th. Who have we got after that? Kenny Simpson.
Mike King completing in his McLaren in 17th. Crosby bringing it home like after that that early stop go, really costing, and Glenn Dewar as well. Look at that penalty that's costing the positions back there. Right, taking them right from the front to the back there.
Absolutely.
Brendan Ralph finishing 20th. Enright still on track.
Right on his toe.
Yeah. Bobby Laycock, welcome to Asrnz.
welcome.
And there's the rest of them. 23rd, Steve Milling. Bourne, congratulations on your first race here.
And again, welcome to Asrnz.
Yes, I'm sure if your eyes weren't wide open, they certainly are now. Powell in 25th in the Bentley, Mule, tough night in the Lexus, Brad, Robinson. Come on, Brad, up your game. I can hear Farmer. We had a great run last time in the shakedown, and Troy, unfortunately, 13 laps down, being caught up in something there clearly. So,
mate, that's the race we were both hoping for, wasn't it?
Wow, what a race.
Nothing particularly, like epic anywhere, but it was just all over the place. Everybody was fighting. Everybody wanted to get up the top. So awesome stuff. We got to get to our driver interviews before we have a bit of an intermission. And who is the first off the lead? Actually, we'll just
we know who got third. It's Luke Crompton with a late change out of a Nissan into a what are we driving tonight there, Luke? Is it a Bentley?
The Gently Bentley, mate.
Gently Bentley?
The Gently Bentley. Nice work, Luke.
Yeah, cheers, fellas.
Well, congratulations
to be up
on your
here.
P3s.
Didn't you?
Nah. I'm glad I am, mate.
Yeah, I was going to say, no complaints though. So
Nah. Lucky for the mid-corner, those two up the front, pretty hard to stick with them.
Yep.
So maybe I'll have to chuck a few fucking dials at it and see if we can get some more bike in the mid.
Well, I can tell you, your lap times were very similar to Jake Mckellar's on a 1:44.6 and Mckellar a 1:44.5, but the fastest lap of the race to Nick Mickendoe on a 1:44.1. So, Nick had
no one comes near it, mate.
Quick
no
pace, but mate, you must have nailed your pit stop.
It wasn't too bad. It was pretty. It wasn't spectacular, but it was just.
Just right.
Just right, though, yeah.
Well, it was enough to jump Tom Satherley off the front row there. So congratulations on your P3. That's outstanding drive. It's good to see you back, Luke.
Yeah, cheers, fellas. It's,
always entertaining, mate. Good on you, Luke. We'll see you in half an hour or so.
Oh, don't say that.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. Well, we'll grab a beer anyway, because we can give them out up here.
No.
Yeah,
It's got in half an hour when you come back. We'll give you one then.
Okay. Pressure.
Okay. Nice one, Luke. See you soon.
Boys.
Thanks, mate. Okay. Got to treat him and keep him keen, JB.
Yes, we do. But,
so next into the GoBro Racing hot box is
our P2 getter, Nick Mickendoe, fastest lap of the race on
Mr. Mckendoe.
Congratulations, Nick, on your P2.
Done. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. That's about it. Yeah. No, the car was good. The car came on.
Looked awesome. The lap time. The friggin' lap time, mate. We were just like, what?
Tell us about where did that lap time come from? Because that's the fastest lap we've seen all week.
Oh, fucked if I know, man. I just don't know.
You just drive the thing.
Yeah, I just saw Jake in front of me. Had a bit of a carrot there, and yeah, I like carrots.
Yep. Yeah, well, we saw that gap really closing at the back end of that race. It was nice that you came out quite close, but you had certainly put the pressure on Jake at the end, probably looking for a bit of a mistake from him, but very respectful driving from you both.
Yeah, hey, I don't want to just throw it in and bin it, eh? That was the first round. Yeah, that's not my style, man.
No, and second's a bloody good start in the first round.
Yeah. Well, the trouble is you get bit of fucking ballast put on too, don't you? So.
Oh yes, of course. We got a bit of BOP going on.
Yep. So we'll see how this round unwinds with the combined results to see what happens going into that second round. So we look, Nick, congratulations on that P2. Wishing you the best of luck for qualifying and for race 2 there. We know you've got a program to run, so hope to see you here again and good start to the season.
Yeah. Cheers, boys. Appreciate it.
Might talk a little later. Excellent.
Hopefully.
Yes, definitely. Okay.
User was moved out of your channel.
So there you go, second position, Nick McAdoe. Outstanding job, actually. That BMW well came on. He's very nonchalant sort of a guy. So but I would have talked it up way more than that. But anyway, who have we got next, my friend?
We have got Jake Mckellar, our race winner, Jake Mckellar.
Jake Mckellar.
From pole to checkers. A bit of pressure there at the end. Well done, Jake.
A little bit of pressure. But
come on, it looked fine from up here.
his car was ripped, eh? Yeah, man. Wasn't easy, of course, but lots of super drivers tonight. But, pretty happy with that, though, for the start.
Well, you're our first race winner of 2022 here at Asrnz in the GT3s, and that Lexus looking great with the blue wheels. It stands out, it looks good on track. Like I said, pole to checkers. You know, how are you feeling?
Comfy or sweaty?
Not trying to put too much pressure on myself, not looking at my mirrors. I had a pretty good pit stop, so it was, you know, I was straight up on the jack, so I don't think I would have come out in front of Nick if I, you know, had to step back a bit. But it's all comes down to that, you know, the 1%ers.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
And,
Jake,
obviously we're seeing that up here, aren't we, mate? JB, you know, like there's so many guys just even if the car's going to get pulled back on the jacks, seconds lost, you know, like
couple of big names there actually getting it wrong.
Yeah, with drives
and
stop goes. Yes.
Yeah.
So
not really sure what happened there, but yeah, I was happy to. Honestly had no idea how I was going to come out of the pit in first, second, third, or fourth, or whatever. It's just a lucky dip. When I seen I was in the front, I was head down, go for it.
Yeah, and I bet it felt like the longest 10 minutes of your life racing then.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, hey, look, congratulations on winning that first round. It's a great start to the season. You can't get any better than that. Wishing you the best of luck for qualifying for race 2. We'll let you get back to it. Hope to see you here again.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll see what happens. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Jake.
Sweet. Cheers, guys.
See you, mate.
User was moved out of your channel.
There you go, JB. Ooh. First race down. The boys not giving too much away. They're all very cagey.
I'm hearing a few nerves there, and some of them.
You think so?
Well, yeah, and Jake there especially. You know, but he's right. He did the 1%ers right, which kept him in position, and that's it.
And you know how important that is. You know, like
absolutely.
Yeah. So look, okay, we're going to do a little bit of a 1 or 2 or 3% now, and we're going to have a quick intermission as the boys get set up for the race 2 quali. We'll be back in a moment. JB, thanks for joining us. Stick around. We won't be long. G'day, good evening again everybody. Welcome again to tonight's official coverage of the Asrnz 2022 GT3 series. This is season 1, it is round 1 from Hungary. I'm joined in the commentary box, not only tonight but for the rest of the season, from multi-championship winner JB. How you going, mate? The boys are just going out to qualifying for race 2.
Yeah, welcome back, Davo. Wasn't that a great first hit out for the boys, man? It was 28 drivers on that grid. That's a phenomenal turnout here at Asrnz. So thank you to everybody through the admin team, right through to the drivers, broadcasting crew, everyone watching on Twitch. It's this is all what puts on a great show for everyone here. So it's absolutely race 2 coming up. Wow.
And we're back again. Yes, it is. We've had a very short intermission because we do like to talk to the boys, and there's only a certain amount of time between the races. So we've had a bit of a chat with the boys, short intermission, and here we are. The boys are rolling out for qualifying. Again, very hard to watch what's going on in here with qualifying. We're just focusing on Mark's Mudgeway's white Porsche. It's got a little bit of gold strip on it there, but it looks like it might be the first car out on track.
Yeah, unusual to see Mudgy out as one of the first cars on track, because typically he is one of the last cars to start his qualifying lap. So maybe he drew a good pit slot there, and he's up the front of the train there. So if he can get out quickly, then you take advantage of that number 1 garage.
Well, yeah, definitely. So yeah, it just looks like he's run across the line, so started his fastest lap. As you can see, a few of the other boys have, well, we can, should I say. Glenn Dura in one of the Bentleys, sister car to Crompton, who actually came in the top 3. So we know these cars are capable. Gleno getting caught up with a pit lane infringement and having to do it. Is it 30 seconds?
30 seconds stop go.
30 seconds would feel like a freaking half an hour. It would feel like 30 minutes.
I know, but doesn't it make you want to get it right next time?
So if that's any consolation, that's what he'll be thinking.
Look, we did have a memo earlier in the press release that that team is team encouragement between Kenny Simpson, Luke Crompton and Glenn Dewar, all rocking that Bentley. So I would say there's going to be plenty of encouragement inside that team bunker after that shocker.
Yeah, for sure. Look, I'll just snip onto Crompton's car, actually, being one of the race winners, race podium getters from race 1. Let's just see, he's going around the back section of the track here. He's got a couple of corners to go. Let's just see where he lands on the list. We've got the first car across the road we thought would be Mudgy with the 46.9. Mike King, 48.3 as they start to roll over.
Now they just received Glenn Dewar to the top on a 145.5. We've got to remember that in quali we saw them dip into the 44s, so
really
half
not
a
up
second off the pace there. Track's to optimum, so similar conditions here in quali.
It's Luke Crompton with a 44.
Wow.
And a half.
A whole second quicker
than his teammate, and they're the times we'd expect, wouldn't they be, JB?
We are, and look, that is matching his race pace to do that in 1 lap. Clearly he's feeling comfy in that car, as you'd expect, getting a podium there. Stoney.
We must look at it. We probably should focus on a couple of these top guys just to see where they land too. Jake Mckellar going around the back section of the circuit. Sorry, my tongue just got tired. Steve Crossan also, one of the ones that got a bit of a stop-go earlier on. He is way up on his time, coming around the last corner.
What's he going to post? We'd expect him to go up right to there we go, to the top. 144.4, so...
Jake Mckellar right behind him though, JB, into second. There you go.
2 Lexuses on that front row provisionally there.
So the Lexi taking advantage. Gunther Rowe putting himself on 5th provisionally. Wow. Steve Cross, nice
Yeah.
work. Famous cross. Nick McIndoe, here we go. Just in the early stages of his. Troy Wilson out, and we've got Steve Wilton also out on. Jackson Went also out on. And Tom Satherley also out on track. Not too much to follow from here.
The 4 cars you see of Mckellar, he'll be the first to complete this lap as he comes through that back section there, through the chicanes of 8 and 9, the super tricky section to get right. You know, he's no slouch. We know he had really good pace at the end there, so you'd expect him to be up in the top 5.
You'd expect so, but we all know that not everyone's a qualifier, and some of these guys, I think even McIndoe came from down the pack a little bit to get where he was, you know. Like, so, you know, some guys are just consistent.
Yes, that's right.
And dodge all the dramas.
And I don't want to draw attention to Farmer there, because he did leave his quali to the last minute to get a clean run, and unfortunately looking like he might have
put it back
picked up a cut, and unfortunately another tough start there for him.
He did that last race and got in the top 10, so Nick McIndoe pulling the car across in 4th position.
Great timer, 1:44.8, plays pole positions 1:44.4, so 4 tenths behind.
Jackson.
The 2 McLarens running through the final corner.
Jackson and Satherley.
Yeah, time data comes through, goes to the top. 1:43.8. Never seen a 1:43. But way into the 1:43.
Definitely into the 1:43s as well. Amazing effort. Look, we probably expected this from Quali 1. But here we are. It's Quali 2, race 2, mate. There you go. Tom Satherley really stamping his authority on qualifying, and mate, we know how he performs with that top spot. You know, he sort of has half got his foot in the door for the race. You know, like, because if he doesn't make any mistakes, he will stay out in front. But he is human. People.
That's right, and we did see a front row start from Tom in race 1, but slipping back into 4th position. So clearly pit stops, you know, pretty crucial there, and he'll try and right any of those wrongs there, but can't start better than first. Steve Crossland rounding out the front row with him.
Yes, Steve Crossland, and then the second row is Jake Mckellar, Luke Compton. 3rd, Nick McIndoe, Maxwell Hawkins. 4th, Gunther Rowe, Craig Stonley. 5th, Damien Jones, Glenn Dewar. After that, we've got Aztec, Brad Robertson, Steve Melling, Ashley Vediger, Pete Apsey, Kenny Simpson, Nick Davison, Aaron Enright, Mark Mudgeway, Carlo, aka Mule, in 20th. Mike King in 21st. Vaughan, new guy. Welcome to all the new boys to Asrnz. Hope you're enjoying yourselves, and keep it clean, and you're all very welcome. 22, Troy Wilson, Warren Powell, Bobby Laycock, Brendan Rolfe, and Steve Wilton. Jackson Went again down the back. What has happened there? We're going to just wait for this session start to wind down. We've got about 45 seconds to go, JB. Oh, yeah. You sensed some nerves in the driver interviews earlier. What do you reckon the rating would be now on the nerves, sitting on the grid?
Yeah, very high. I'm sure they're looking at the sky going, I'm glad it's...
checking the weather, you reckon?
Rolled over, it's rolled over to be a dry session, so any of those forecasted showers that were there have clearly blown away with that southwesterly breeze. But with a 35-kilometre wind, there's no doubt that would blow away any rain. Look, the nerves will be high. A new front row. With Satherley and Crossland. That will be exciting down into turn 1. We saw Crosby with a lock-up from the second row there, and at the start of race 1. Jake, he'll be very cautious of that.
Yes.
Look, Maxwell Hawkins, that's a
2 in a row.
Yeah.
And I suppose he takes a certain amount of lead from his mentor and team leader, Thomas.
Yeah.
But, mate, that's twice in 2 races. That's unusual, and we saw these guys dominate last season, so unusual to see.
Yes, one at the front, one at the back. So yeah, clearly work to do for Went, but look, he's going to have a bunch of pressure from these boys, and looking for a clean start of the race again for everyone here. Look, what tyre sets have they put on here? They'll be hoping it's not a set of used. Any fuel that they might have had left over has probably been siphoned to the tank again for this race too. Look, I'm looking at young Maxwell Hawkins here. He's put himself in P6, so that's a great position for Max to start in the leading car. Well, second to actually Mckellar on the BMW. So yes, I'm going to look forward to watching that, how Max performs there. Aztec, better showing there in his qualifying too, not potentially getting tangled up as bad as the other one, but just off the pace a bit. Glyn also getting mid-pack result. Brad in the McLaren, he's doing well. He's showing good pace there too. So look, hard luck for some of these other guys are going to be in the back of that train through that start and hopefully not get tangled up. But wow,
that's a part of the racing, isn't it, mate? And you know, that's what pushes these guys, obviously in qualifying, just to get that little bit of an edge and just get that another position up the track to start with. But you know, like all true racers just want to race, so it doesn't matter where they are through the field, isn't it, JB?
That's right. And for Vaughan Martin to debut here at Asrnz in one of his first outings, he's put himself in 22nd this time. So this is you know, an improvement on his qualifying, and he would be looking to move forward here too. Going to be tough though with that Steve Wilton behind him.
Absolutely. As we just see the boys forming up, we're on helicam. We'll probably flick about the second row. We might just focus on Nick McIndoe's BMW. They're just forming towards the final corner. We've got 27 guys on grid. This is race 2 for round 1 in the Asrnz 2022 GT3 series. Here we go. Ready to go racing, everyone.
Green flag, off they go.
Green flag. Nice start.
Down
side by side.
220 kilometres into a big braking zone here. Very wide for some of these cars through turn 1.
Still 3 wide on the exit 2. Heading down into 2. Nice deep braking. Nice tidy stuff still though. JB, as we just see, a little bit of a nick from one of the Bentley.
Oh no, we see a car.
Bit of a concertina effect there.
It was.
So the boys,
some cars getting caught up in a bit of a tangle up. I don't know who that was.
Okay, so we're just going to go back and actually try and have a quick look at that.
Not sure if it was the car. I saw some green wheels, so I don't.
One of the Bentleys just got into the side of one of the.
It looked like the Castrol spots. Wheels here being spun.
Got a little up there towards the end, but the boys carried Maxwell Hawkins in 7. Tom Satherley out in front. First lap. Steve Crossland not giving him any room, but Steve Crossland has Jake Mckellar and Luke Crompton and Nick McIndoe. It's lap 1. This is tight. These guys are going hard.
That's right.
Still a lot of side-by-side action as we see
Stoney really having a bit of a lunge there at the car of Nick Mckellar in the BMW.
Goes on, it's down the straight, and Stoney has the run. Unbelievable, JB. Look at this run.
Yeah, this is that's a forced, very aggressive move there from Stoner's back at the final turn, and we've got the late Jarks there coming in on no, and really hitting the back
nicking the back of McIndoe's car. So let's have a quick look at that as well. That's unfortunate, isn't it? So nice, tidy stuff. This is the final complex of corners, lap 1. These boys run down into turn 1. It's been a fierce lap 1. And then we see Damien Jones into the back of Nick McIndoe after losing a position just only. So unfortunate stuff there. We'll recap. Well, let's get back. We're back. Stoney's at the top. Steve Crossland, Jake Mckellar has missed all that drama. Luke Compton in 4th. Craig Stoney unbelievably in 5th position. Maxwell Hawkins in 6th. Gunther Rowe in 7th. Pete Apsey in 8th. 9th is Nick David. Aztec in 10th. Well done from Aztec, because I'm sure he was well further down than that. Who do we got after that?
We've got Mark Mudgeway running side by side there through that section with Davidson. Wow, Mike Mill, the data is jumping all over the place. Really hard to track what's going on here at my end at the moment. But what we do know is the cars are well bunched and
and they're coming across for the start of lap 3, as far as I know. Again, we'll just reiterate, Satherley for 2nd is Cross, Mckellar, Crompton, Stoney. Just wait, Stoney's there's a bit of a gap back to, and then Hawken. Got Gunther Rowe in Apsey in 8th, Aztec in 9th, Ashley Vediger in 10th. And this is where the data started getting a bit crazy, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
It did, but it sorted itself out now after that second lap. So Kenny Simpson in the 11th.
Yes.
Farmer, really. Steve Wilton making good ground here.
Good ground in 12th.
Back up a huge ground there, actually. Nick Davidson in 13th.
And look at this behind, though.
I know.
The Nick McIndoe onwards is just hectic.
These cars are all going side by side.
We've got to get up in the cab and have a look at this.
Yes, Glenn Dewar and tucked in behind McIndoe there. Mike King having another battle with, who was it? Mark Mudgeway back in 18th. Bobby Laycock in 19th.
Yes.
Yeah, B-Dog rocking the lone Aston Martin.
Yes,
yellow
in 20.
Looking
great,
looking great actually. Jarks, unfortunately going backwards after an incident there with McIndoe. Troy
Vaughan in 22nd.
Vaughan in 22nd. And Warren Powell really showing good pace there in the Bentley.
Jackson
looking great. Jackson went 24th. Brad Robinson 25th. Steve Milling unfortunately caught up there at that lap 1 stuff, and also Aaron Enright back in 27th place in the number 96 BMW.
Okay.
So hard night for him.
Okay, so as that all levels there, we can see who got tangled up in that first lap incident, and it clearly Melling and Enright that came out second best on that. As we see Enright actually just drop into the pits. The pits are open. So the boys are starting their stops already. We have Satherley with the fastest lap of the race so far, leading the race, but Crossy not really giving much.
No, they're both trading lap times on 144.3, so actually, like, the pace has picked up here. We saw McIndoe with a 144.1 last race, but 144.3, that's a very quick time.
It's up there
to be running straight away.
Yeah.
So these two starting to run away a little bit at the front. Jake a little bit back there, 1.4 seconds with a bit of pressure. obviously from Luke Crompton and that Bentley. So that top 4 cars have certainly stretched away from that next bunch.
They have, and just looking at the dynamic of the field at the moment, it doesn't have, it's not as bunched as I just see there. We're watching Maxwell Hawkins, very agitated. Looked like he was setting up for a pit stop and getting it wrong, but Gunther Rowe in behind him. But these boys not so eager to come in so early, I think, JB, because it's not so bunched. They've still got a little bit of clean air, maybe?
Yeah, that's right. And we just see Aaron rejoining after his first pit stop there. So he's first of the stoppers. He's managed to just pull into a little bit of a battle there up.
Probably not ideal.
Got not ideal, yeah. He will be a lap down, so there will be some blue flags there, which are never ideal when you're racing.
Yeah, it doesn't help, does it?
But that's, I think, what happens if you've taken an early stop and you've already had a bit of a blue.
For sure.
But he's going to just have to press on.
As we just pick up, I think the cabin boys are just looking out of the back of Jake Mckellar's car with Luke Crompton in one of the big barge Bentleys. I think it was described as a gently Bentley. I was thinking more like a barge, you know, like so. But you know, that's so.
Well, a bit of a snowplow. It looks like it's been driving through the snow with covered in that white, dusty snowness.
The dusty snow paint. But yeah, still no slouch, JB. This thing does not mind the curbs. You need to get a bit of curb around here, and it definitely has some grunt.
Yeah, and he's certainly found his rhythm back in. Luke's been missing for quite a few rounds, but come back, all cylinders firing in that Bentley, and
holding down 4th position at the moment.
Yeah, which is solid. Can he get the run down into probably the best passing spot on the track there at turn 1? We set it up at that final turn,
and these guys still very close together. Look at that. They, you know, the 1 and 2 positions are 1, 2, 3, 4. Look, very close together.
I can't help but think that gap is actually closing between these 4 cars.
Wouldn't surprise. Obviously, Crossy hasn't let up on Satherley. Does Satherley cover his line? Maybe not. I think it's Jake and Luke are actually catching them genuinely. I don't think the other 2 are coming back to them. So,
well, looking at the speed, the pace that those 2 were showing, yeah, they're definitely a bit quicker from their last lap over those 2 race leaders. So that you can see it on track too now.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, and the timing is starting to show that, like you said, JB. So yeah, nice tight little battle there. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. Next in line is Max in.
I've just picked up on the Aztec, really all over the back.
Spotted that. I just spotted that.
That's a. He couldn't get much closer to the back of that other. that Lexus there.
That's one good thing Aztec will find about that Porsche. You know, like you look straight down the bonnet, you can get freaking close.
You do, yeah. And look, we know that Lexus has got some real grunt in the straight line.
Oh, it hasn't got some punch.
See what that Porsche can offer to that at the end of the straight. Gonna say not much.
They're probably not, as we just look out of the back of Apsy's car, but under brakes, here comes the V-dub, nice turn in. Unfortunate for Aztec to actually get tangled up in that first qualifying session we saw, just as he started his flying lap in qualifying 1, just got tangled up with a car coming out of the pits. Unusual, but it does happen. But here he is making amends in 7th position. Did pretty well in the first race, in behind Apsy as we speak, not racing from both of those guys.
That's right, I'm just seeing a couple of the other boys complete their pit stops there.
One of them is Nick Macken. I'm just going to
Nick Mackindo was
Steve Wilton in behind Warren Powell. But yeah, McIntyre, one of those pit stops, JB. Did you watch it? Was it clean?
It looks pretty tidy to me. However, when you're in the car, it's a different thing. But where is he? Where has he come out?
So we just see Wilton actually take.
We've got the first of the pitters is actually Craig Stoneley, followed by Maxwell Hawkins and Gunter Rowe. They're the top three of the first pitters, albeit they're back in 14, 15 and 16. So where they play back into it, because you've got to remember Stoneley and Max were 5 and 6 on the track at that time.
Wilton pitted as well. Now he's actually gaining on Rowe. He's on fire actually. He's just got past Powell and he's eyeing off Rowe. So good to see from Wilton. No penalties and in and out nicely. As I don't think we've seen one. As I speak, Brad Robertson, 27th position with the drive-through. Currently in the pits.
That is Brad luck. You're going to have to chin up on that one, buddy.
Yeah. Order a coffee. You'll be right.
That's
mate.
right.
See, nice work. I've got to get back onto this Ashley. We've got Aztec.
Gaps so close between all of these guys. There's battles going on everywhere, Dave. Like you say, where do you look?
Where do you look? Okay, so Aztec has actually got past Pete. Absolutely, we just missed that. It's come up on board, and there you go. The data's just changed now, so nice work. Aztec was putting plenty of pressure on. You can see that coming. Absolutely, obviously not up for it, and now actually has the sister car of Ashley Vettiger behind him. Mr. Apsey does. So actually, we just see Ashley.
He's dived into the pits, hasn't he?
He's dived into the pits. Nice stop on the line there.
Stopped.
So the boys in the chopper just actually picked that up. So nice work from Ash. Always super consistent.
That's right. He'll be looking for a clean stop on these jacks. The car pulls up and stops. There's no.
So these are actually quite quick pit stops when you think about it. When they get them right, aren't they? They don't last long, do they?
No, they don't last long. It's literally the car goes up and you'll be there for 1 to 2 seconds at the max, and then and then you're off. So if you see them sitting there for a bit longer than 2 seconds, they've got something wrong.
Yeah. Okay. So we just see Ashley come out of the pits. Looks like
beautifully in clear air. So
Wilton was one of the cars that went past, and that actually looks like. Who was that just behind him? Is that one of the... It's one of the Bentleys. Okay, there you go. So Ashley better get back in 11th after a pit stop. Still a whole bunch of guys. We've still got 9 guys, 10 guys to do pit stops. Craig Stoneley on the top of the list out of the guys that have done pit stops, just on road.
Yeah, and I've just cast my eye quickly up the front where they haven't stopped. That group of 4 has now become a group of 3. So we lost who was at the car? It was the first stop. It was Stoneley, I think. He was the first car to stop there. But this is heating up at the front.
Oh, definitely.
The last lap round from, who was it? Tom Southerly, the leader, doing a 1:44.8. Jake Mckellar on a 1:44.7. And Luke Crompton in the battle there, at 1:44.5. See one of the Lexuses coming in to the pits.
Yeah, that was Nick Davison.
Yeah.
Aztec just leaving the pits actually and just getting scooped up, and that looks like that is Steve Wilton.
That is a tight battle to come out in.
So that was Steve Wilton that was right up behind. What is the car in front? Here we go. So it just equalises now.
Crosland.
It's Crosland.
No, it's not. Who is that car? Like you say, the data is all over the place after they come out of the pits. It is Alexis. It's a car.
It's
I think it's car 54.
It's Gunther Rowe.
Gunther
Rowe,
yeah.
Holding down 10th position. Gunther, one of the pitted cars. Oh, as we just see Aztec very deep up in the Porsche, up underneath the wing of the Lexi.
And look, this battle between these three guys will go right to the end, I'll tell you that.
That will ensure. No doubt. Got to get back up the front. Tom Satherley. Jake Mckellar. Look at this group of cars here.
We see the leader has just cleared the Bentley of a lapped car and he's nicely stepping aside there. Very respectful to let the front bunch through.
Absolutely. And so these top three cars here are very close now. Satherley with a little bit of a gap. And then second and third. Nose to tail. Oh, getting close.
So close. And look, this is all going to play in the hands a little to Tom here as Luke blocks a blowtorch on the back of Jake. It's only going to take the pressure off Tom as these two race. It's just the nature of how...
Of course.
The racing happens. So clearly Luke, actually I think quite a bit quicker there at present. Definitely his last lap round of 144.6 places those other two on the 144.8. So only a couple of tenths, but certainly quicker on track.
Yeah. And it shows.
Definitely shows, but there's one thing being up behind the car, another thing is passing.
Absolutely. We've got to pop down have a look at. We've got Mike King and Nick Dave. Also got Brennan Roll. Few boys down the back. Kenny Simpson.
I can tell you that Wilton, Gunther Rowe,
look, I just spotted that.
Heated up.
Look at that.
They couldn't be any closer.
They couldn't be. Look at Aztec. But he nose to tail, front and back, eh? He wouldn't want to brake or accelerate too because he's going to whack something. Here we go. Look at this stuff. This is epic race. Nice tidy stuff from the boys.
These guys have all completed their pit stop too, so they're clear to run right to the end. We've seen the Luke Crompton in the pits now, actually, out of P3.
So these guys are going to run past here. Let's just get up on Helen.
And Tom Satherley we see having a stop go of 30 seconds, and there's a bit of contact up there between a couple of cars. Into turn one. Not sure who that was. Might have been the car of Tom Satherley, actually, with a bit of... Have a look back. See Tom Satherley leaving the lane there with Jake Mckellar and right into the back of Jake there.
Stuck Jake's car.
No, it wasn't. Maybe that was the car of Steve Crosland.
It was Steve Crosland's car, which has put Luke into the mix.
So it was, yes.
So, Luke,
and so not only did Tom get a stop go for exceeding a pit lane there, he's actually made contact with the car after exiting the pits of Steve Crosland. So, well, Davo, it's plenty of action there. Jake Mckellar and has from the lead of the race now is in pit lane.
Oh, look, we've got to go back to Gunther Go Aztec with Steve. Okay, we just deciphered that.
Yeah, that's right. I'll keep an eye on Jake's pit and where he comes out with Luke, because that was heating up. And I'm seeing what you're seeing, and this battle we talked about it, Davo, was going to heat up and go to the end.
on street.
You can't take your
moment.
eyes off this, can you?
We can't take our eyes off this. This is epic. These guys are not mucking around. This is for 8th, 9th, 10th. Awesome stuff. Who have we got in the pits at the moment? We know Satherley's got a stop go of 30 seconds. It's all happening here, people. Viewers, look at this stuff.
David's completed his pits and come out in the lead there.
If this is race
Clear
1,
area.
oh my God.
Car 2 of Luke Crompton way back. That gap was just opened up. We saw Luke Crompton all over the back of Jake Mckellar at the start of that pit stop session. I'm just, while you're watching that, we're just on the viewers of what's going on in the background.
We're on Luke Crompton now. Back to Steve Crossland. Big gaps between that. Craig Stonley in 4th position with Maxwell pretty tightly up behind him. Good little ding-dong going on there. But it's this Gunther Road, Aztec, Steve Wilton battle, which really is stealing the show at the moment. Aztec, the meat in the sandwich. Look, let me give you a picture out of the front of his car.
And I'll tell you who's going to buy into this. Ashley Vettiger in the Golf-sponsored Porsche.
Yeah.
He is slowly ranging in on this little battle in front of him, and he will be loving this.
For sure. And just a quick look out at the front of Aztec's car. How close is he to Gunther? Out the back, look how close Steve Wilson is. And like JB just mentioned, we can see the sister car, the Golf Porsche, driven by AV Vettiger. Bringing it up the rear, nice work, Mr. Consistent. Look at this, and he is getting close. Actually,
and I can't help but think it's only a matter of time until they get too close. But very respectful drivers, all these guys. Gunther just doesn't have the pace at the moment of the two guys behind him, and clearly bottling them up.
Yep.
So
here we go again. The brakes on the Porsche. Aztec pushes them to the limits. Oh my God. And still fails to deliver. But Gunther just head down. It's almost like he's just folded the mirrors in, isn't it, Dave? It's just like, I don't give a fucking hell what's going on behind me. No? I'm just looking forward. So, nice work. Oh, as he runs deep now, is this the chance? Oh, look, and Steve Wilton, clean. Just get out of the inside.
Yes, let's get inside.
Steve Wilton's car.
Let's have a lap at this.
Let's have a look at what he's watching. This is close. This is close.
The pit window is closing down.
Pit window now shut. Aztec's off in the ball by the looks of it. Let's just get a bit of a replay on that, people.
Look, we said it was going to get close, and hopefully not too close earlier when we saw this battle, and it was only a matter of time before they did get too close. So
let's just have a quick look. From the chopper, Aztec nicely underneath, gets a tap on the back. Oh no, puts himself, oh, actually doesn't actually look like he hit the wall.
No, he was lucky the car, none of the cars rotated there, but lucky to survive himself. But really unfortunate for Aztec.
And definitely gone back.
But
what I
can't help but think is Steve Wilton is going to pile the blowtorch onto the back of Gunter now.
Oh, and as he is, look at this. Immediately, you called it, JB.
And look, Farmer no slouch. He won't muck around. And
and look at him up beside him right now.
Straight away.
Oh, no effing around. Go the comms team. Gunter comes back. Thinks better of it. Farmer even give him the room.
He did. He thought of. He left a little bit of room,
left a bit of space
just
there.
in case, but
nice work.
he was never far enough there. So off he goes.
Pick up on that pass actually. That was awesome. Farmer out early.
Early, yes, that's right. And textbook stuff there.
Yeah, nice stuff. Gunter, obviously with Farmer a little bit offline, pushes back, but Farmer with enough momentum, even giving a little space as we mentioned. So nice stuff. Just like you said, textbook pass, JB. So very nice. As we come out of replay, we might just have a bit of a sneak up the front here again and look at Jake Mckellar leading the race. And with a nice, healthy lead.
He doesn't have the pressure this time with 2 minutes to go, does he? So,
no, he doesn't.
He's going to go easily to take two race wins here.
Yeah, in another lap or so.
That's outstanding.
Awesome work.
For Jake. Looks like it's going to be a bit of status quo behind what we see.
Craig Stoneley.
Standout drive from Maxwell Hawkins actually coming to the back of P3 there, 4th place. Obviously we've seen Steve Wilton carve his way from the back all the way through, getting involved in a great battle with Aztec and Gunter. If I come back a little bit more, we saw Nick Mckellar get involved after that early pit stop and hit in the back. He's recovered to a nice 10th with Glenn Dewar hot on the heels of Mckellar. Mule in 12th. We've seen Steve Crosland's gone backwards. He was up there, so we've missed something there for whatever reason. I'm sure he was a lot further back. Jackson moving forward. Nick Davison solid in 15th. Mike King in 16th. But Davo, there's a list there that just keeps going on, isn't there?
It does, and look, a whole bunch of new guys just coming to terms with the whole deal down the bottom there, and a few some pretty healthy competitors down the bottom there too. So you're in good company, guys. No stress there. We'll run through it at the end of the race, but we've really got to pop up, and I'm just coming back to this Gunter Road. Now the Porsche, it's been replaced with 2 bloody Porsches. Steve's out in front. So it's still on.
So look, we're not sure if either Gunter's got some really bad pressures there, but his car's not working for him because these guys just brought him right up. And we said Ashley was going to be there and buy into it and pick up some pieces, and he already has, and he's already brought himself into one of the most intense battles we've watched tonight.
Absolutely. The Porsche's just not seeming to have that straight line punch to get up beside the Lexi, so unfortunate because they got it everywhere else by the looks of it. So
yeah, that's right. And no, unfortunately, we've just seen Aztec, which is adding a bit of salt to the wounds here, pick up a drive-through for exceeding some track limits, I'd imagine. And that has come at the worst possible time of the race after all that.
As we just watched Jake Mckellar weave across the road, comes first position. Nice work, Jake Mckellar. Luke Compton and Craig Stoneley. Hey, mate, what an effort. Who would have thought Craig Stoneley would have been 3rd in race 2? Awesome work in the Merc, mate. Maxwell Hawkins in Steve Wilton, 5th position. Go for the comms team there, brother. Nice work. Gunter Rowe in 6th. Ashley Vediger in 7th. Aztec in 8th. Man, what a freaking battle. Aztec actually coming through for a drive-through. Painful.
Yeah, plus 30 seconds he's showing on his
time
there, so that's going to put him back. Jackson went.
Off Creek Country, as we just see Mark Mudge away in 9th. Are these guys still racing? No, they're not. 10th, Nick McIndoe. Gleno, 11th. Mule.
Great comeback there from Glenn. The first lap incident.
Mule in 12th. And crossing 13th, mate. What happened there? We wonder.
Yeah, Jackson went picking up a 132nd penalty at the end of the race there for some reason, maybe exploiting track limits as well, but that's a hefty penalty at the end. That's going to drop him back.
For
Nick
sure.
Davidson in 15th. That's a great result for Nick in the Lexus. Mike King, 16th. Kenny Simpson, 17th. Tom Satherley, 18th. Brendan Rolfe, great drive from him. Bobby Laycock in the McLaren. Steve Melling, sorry, and the coming home in 20th after we saw a lap 1 incident there too, where he went his car facing backwards.
Yep.
Vaughan up a position from a starting position in 21. That's a good solid result for Vaughan on his first
top
night.
Effort, mate. Jackson went in 22nd.
Powell in 23rd. Brad unlucky there, 3 laps down. Aaron Emright has just had a shocker of a night. Running out of screen.
Oh, no. A few boys already bailed out already because they've had shockers as well. So, awesome stuff. Look, great start.
Jake Mckellar, 2 race wins. Wow.
I'm nearly speechless. I'm so glad this season has kicked off with such a great start. And I think we really got to just get onto it, get the boys down here, get them into the GoBro Racing hot box, and let's start talking.
Who do we have? We had Craig Stoneley.
Craig Stoneley. I just would not have thought Craig Stoneley would have been in the podium tonight.
No,
get him up here.
He's had a bit of a sabbatical there, but he's back and he's got nabbed himself a podium there. Congratulations on your P3, Craig.
Craig Stoneley.
No, we've got Warren Powell in here.
Sorry?
Well, congratulations on your race, Warren.
Yeah, please.
User was moved out of your channel.
Sorry, viewers, we've just had a bit of a technical error there. Here we go.
Hey, the boys.
Yeah, they look the same, but this time we've got the right man. Congratulations, P3 Craig. Bit of dramas there at the early stages of the race there, tangling a little bit with Nick, putting plenty of pressure on. We saw a great pass. How'd your race go?
Yeah, it felt pretty good. I'm not too sure about did I get tangled with somebody? I didn't feel any contact. Was there something off behind me? Was there? Good. I'm not too sure about did I get tangled?
There was a bit of tangling behind you, but look, at the end of the day, I think you made a great pass on Nick. There was a bit of window down into one, and I think after that you were eyes forward.
Yeah. Max kept me on my toes. He was hunting me. It was quite good.
Yep, that was a solid drive from Max Hawkins actually.
Yeah, man, he's coming up. He's doing well.
Do that. But yeah, good to see you back, Craig. Car looks good. You're the sole Mercedes driver.
Yeah, good. Worked that one out. Yeah. No, thanks. Good to be back, eh? Cheers, bro. I think a couple of mistakes happened in the pits that gave me. I think I just kept it pretty clean, eh? And didn't make many mistakes. It wasn't the quickest, but I think a couple of people in front of me made mistakes that gifted me to the podium. So I'll take that any day of the week. Yeah, man. Good to be back. Yeah, better do some fucking practice this time.
Well, if you did no practice and you've netted yourself a podium, then we expect good things from you.
I'll bring the toast for my jam, mate. Yeah, factory Mercedes all the way, mate.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, have a good night, boys.
User was moved out of your channel.
Wow. Big fan. Luke Crompton again.
User was moved to your channel.
Yeah. I think we offered him more beers, so it maybe gave him a bit of drive. Yeah.
It's the Messiah. He's predicting shit. Can you predict wins for the next fucking round?
Yeah. Wow, what a hell of a race that one. A lot unfolded there. You seem to keep your heels clean though, Luke, and keep yourself out of trouble. Raced hard.
Yeah. There's a few little opportunities there, but nothing. It's pretty hard to pass on that track, because everyone's getting they're getting a good run out of the last corner. It's pretty rare where you get a shit run out of there, where the guy behind you can actually benefit it. And yeah, there's just nowhere else. Yeah, I mean, they must be pros. I mean, unless there's a mistake, you know what I mean? Like, if the guys in front of you are doing the exact same fucking times, it's pretty hard going. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, the Thursday wind down will be on, mate. It'll probably be up at 2 o'clock.
well, welcome back, Luke Crompton. It's good to see you back in the seat, and like you must be chuffed with your night. It's a great way to open your championship here at Asrnz, and solid drive, good bank of points. But look, we know winners are going to get BOP, so you're going to have a few sandbags next time round, but.
Hey, it's more than welcome, to be honest. I think it's a good idea, and we used to run it, and it used to work. Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad we didn't pick the Nissan. Yeah. Thanks, Glenn.
Yeah, team encouragement. We're here, so there's plenty of encouragement. Yeah. Well, you should take some of those beers back and share them around with your team, and yeah.
Yeah, I'll crack on for them. Cheers, boys.
User was moved out of your channel. User was moved to your channel.
Yes, 2 races in a row into that podium spot, but our real winner of the night, yeah, you can't go better than two wins, can you? So congratulations, Jake Mckellar, again, P1.
Well, pretty happy, obviously. Need some beers, mate.
Yeah, there's plenty there.
Yeah, obviously hard work again. So unfortunate, man, for a couple of guys. I came out of pits and I was like, where the hell is everyone? Yeah, a few of them must have had some sort of issue. So
yeah, we did see you get really close at that pit exit, like you say, down into one. There was a lot going on, but look, you came out of it and managed to put your head down, and it all kind of fell apart behind you. But look, no pressure in the back half of that second race, which you would have enjoyed that time.
Yeah, always got to try run as long as I can. So when I do come out of pit, at least I've only got 6, 7, 8 minutes left, you know.
Yeah, and tell us about your tyres. How are your tyre pressures and things like that?
Yeah, I did a bit of adjusting this time. The first race they were a bit low, the front one, so I don't know why. The track temperature was the same as practice, so pumped them up a little bit, and they were on point round 2, so yeah.
Yeah, nice. And what kind of pressures are you looking for, Jake?
27.7.
27.7. Yeah, right. Okay. So well, it's good to see that they work for you because clearly, yeah, 2 wins, clean set of heels, great. Yeah, yeah. Like you can't get better than what you've done tonight. So congratulations, mate. It's you're welcome. Yeah, welcome to some BOP also. We mentioned that to Luke. You'll have a few sandbags. I'm pretty sure you're going to get about an extra 30 kilos there. But look, hey, look, I don't think that's going to slow you down. There's
not a lot.
That yeah, there's a lot of things to unfold with the pits, as you know. So yeah.
Well, yeah. Obviously got to make sure my pits next week are bloody awesome. Not sure what that extra 30 kg is going to do, but we'll find out.
Yeah, keep the momentum going, mate. Yeah, awesome to see you just nail it tonight, straight off the bat. So yeah, let's see how practice goes during the week, with a little bit extra weight on.
Yeah, 100%. Never had a double win before like that in one night, so pretty stoked.
Yeah.
Looking forward to next week.
Yeah, well, take that enthusiasm into next week, mate.
Yeah, mate. A few beers.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Okay. Well, grab a few out of the fridge. We're going to leave you to it. Thank you very much, Jake Mckellar. Awesome work tonight, mate. And we might talk to you hopefully next week.
We'll see, mate. Yeah, thanks for everything. Awesome.
Okay, excellent. Cheers, mate.
User was moved out of your channel.
Well, there you go, viewers. Mate, what an awesome night. Round 1 in Hungary. Mate, a couple of good races.
Well, wasn't it? I think there was certainly a lot happening in race 2, and you know we've seen the pit stops trip up a lot of guys, and some big drive-throughs there to some big hitters.
Yes.
Wow, you know the new guys, their eyes will be popping out of their heads, thinking what just happened. But look, hey, from the most part of it, I see they've all come through and finished their race well. So yeah, awesome stuff.
Nice work, great start to the season.
We go to Nurburgring, which is an endurance round next week. Yep, next Thursday.
Straight up into the endurance stuff.
Yep, which will be a 1-hour race there, Davo.
Excellent. We love it. The more the merrier.
And to spice it up a little bit more, we're going to see it at night time.
Oh, yeah.
So
this game looks fantastic at night. So yeah, can't wait to see that.
Yes. Well, it's been a pleasure sitting here in the comms box with you, Davo.
It has, JB. It has, JB. And I think that's pretty well going to wrap it up for tonight. Obviously, like I mentioned earlier, JB's here not only tonight but throughout the season. This Series 1 GT3 season at Asrnz 2022. Mate, look forward to every minute of it. If tonight and the shakedown has been anything to go by, I say it all the time, we're in for a cracker. It's going to be awesome. And let's just wrap it up there, and we'll talk to you viewers next week.
See you next week.
See you next week.